Brian Stewart. Well, the theme of the day for Stephen Harper was Arctic sovereignty, and the government brought in a show of force to make the point. After a delay yesterday due to weather, the Prime Minister and his entourage made it today to one of the country's most northern points. Senior correspondent Terry Malewski is covering the trip. He's with us now. Terry?
Well, Amanda, the sun finally shone on the Prime Minister's northern tour as it reached Allen Bay, which is right next to Resolute, way up in the high Arctic. And it was here that the government spared no expense on planes and boats and manpower to show the Prime Minister and the military standing on guard for thee.
Even Stephen Harper's arrival by chopper was an attention grabber because it was a 1-minute ride from the airport to the beach, a trip which takes only 3 minutes by road. But the Prime Minister's staff wanted to be sure cameras got him in a helicopter. Then they laid on the boat shot, another brief expedition, but with a spectacular backdrop. Strategically placed in the bay was a Coast Guard icebreaker, the Henry Larsen, and in the foreground a couple of ice floes complete with flag that were perfect for a prime ministerial landing. Harper assisted in a naval diving exercise. All this to highlight Operation Nanook, billed as a sovereignty exercise involving 1,000 military plus 200 RCMP and Coast Guard. Then the Air Force chimed in with a perfectly timed fly-past over the Prime Minister's head to show off their ability to refuel F-18 fighters in mid-air. After that, a quick tour of a beach cleanup exercise to show the gear is there to deal with an oil spill. Then it was time for Harper's speech to the troops, in which he suggested that just yesterday, Canadian fighters had somehow driven off 2 Russian planes intent on invading Canada's airspace.
And thanks to the rapid response of the Canadian forces, at no time did the Russian aircraft enter Canadian sovereign airspace.
There is no evidence that the Russians ever intended to enter Canadian airspace, but still, the story fit the Prime Minister's theme.
All these efforts are toward one non-negotiable priority, and that is the protection and promotion of Canada's sovereignty over what is our north.
Still, the Prime Minister and the military both seem determined that Canada can and should do more to patrol the north, to develop it economically, and to send a message to the world that this is ours. Amanda.
All right, thanks, Terry. Terry Malewski near Resolute, Nunavut.